Good morning, everyone. I am in Goole, cycling the length of another one of these. A few kilometres that way, the Ouse, along with the Trent, flow into each other, forming the Humber estuary. But the train station wasn't too near there, so I'm just sitting here and then going on that way, all the way to, I think, one of the most northern points in the Pennines, near the Ripon viaduct. And then behind me is Goole, which here is pretty, but is town centre. It's so dark. But at last, tonight I'm making it to York, which is one of my favourite cities in the country. And with that, we've reached our first rail bridge. That way is back into Goole, where I got off the train, and there it goes towards Hull. Also, it's a swing bridge, so I presume that thingy swings up on top of these wooden structures sticking out, and then a boat can go past. A little further down that way, sort of just south of the town centre, there's a massive port, which surprised me quite a bit. It was saying that there are quite a lot of industrial works just south of Goole, featuring the Leaning Tower of Goole. Well, not so leaning. It looks like the one in Pisa, but it's made of metal and is upright. I mean, yeah, I saw a lot of industry around here, despite the fact that most of the industry across the country died in like the 50s and 60s. Trade! So just above Goole is this village of Hook and its beautiful 13th century church. And it is here because the river does a meander and over the years deposited a lot of land here. Because the river sort of goes up to there and then back down to there. And it meant this place didn't flood. So people could live on it without having their ground floor be wet. It was very good for farming and irrigation. And now, under our first motorway, I don't know which one, the M something, I couldn't give a shit. And here's the point where I'm crossing the Ouse for the first time today. Probably won't be the last, but we're going north side for a little bit. We've got the old, we've got Boothbury Truss Bridge, and then the new, but I mean, not too new. And over there in the distance with all that smoke coming out is Drax Power Station. I'm heading north of the river now to avoid that thing and all the railways and stuff all around it, because I imagine it's incredibly noisy. It's the UK's biggest power station. It emits a 20th of our, it generates a 20th of our energy. It was coal that got killed during the pandemic, and it's now a biomass power plant, which is much better for the air around here, although the amount of traffic that's been on this road, and the fact there's a motorway behind me, well, in front of me, it's a step in the right direction, but other steps need to be taken, such as massively funding rail expansion and capacity enhancements in the north, so that more of these people could have been on the trains I was on. Because 2-3 carriage trains an hour in a town of 20,000 is a bit limp, and the fact that only one a day goes to Leeds, that's shameful. So behind me, the Barnby Dam. This is to stop the mostly tidal Ouse, which I'm cycling along, which is all here with that hideous thing that keeps the lights on the other side of it. But yeah, this dam stops the water from the Ouse, which is tidal and so therefore slightly saline, from contaminating any fresh water here in the Derwent that Yorkshire Water, the local water provider, uses to put in people's pipes and showers. it's not as like grandiose or sophisticated as the ones on the other Ouse, the Great Ouse. But I almost prefer this one. It's kind of, it's just a metal grid, but it's still kind of quaint. And in the distance there, beyond the horrid towers of concrete doom, there's a ridge. I think that ridge, you go over the other side, you probably get to the River Aire and over to Leeds. But I'm going this way to York, not the Skye. So it's hard work on a Saturday. They got a lot to plough. And this is already ploughed. I don't know, I'm not a farmer. That's one down tall church spire. So I was cycling through this village here, Hemmingborough, is one of the houses, and there's this little teddy on top of the post box. I thought at first it was one of those knitted covering things, then I thought it was a lost teddy. Turns out it is a knitted covering thing. It was for Baby Loss Awareness Week, which was a week ago. I had no idea this existed. It's such a... It's something you do need to keep in your mind, because especially here in the West, a loss of life is such a touchy subject, and especially as a baby, it's horrifying, especially considering a certain recent event here in the UK. But it's brilliant that there's just something here just to tick your mind and remind yourself some people don't live that long or have to go through the horror of burying an infant. This little bunny is so cute, and it's got all little flowers. Actually, I think it's meant to be a dog. I can't quite tell, but it's really cute. It is rail bridge number 2, and it's another swing bridge on a line that goes to Hull from Leeds and Doncaster, but this time via Selby. It has been remarkable to finally see this in the light. This is really strange. The massive Selby Abbey is behind me. The bells are coming from a much smaller church over there. It just sounds so strange. I could hear they weren't coming from above, they were coming from the side. I am now graced by cycling along the highway for 5 minutes, but it's the quickest route and nearest the river, so I can handle 5 minutes of this shit. Oh, I thought that was a yellow Volkswagen camper. It's an AA van. That may be the van that I just passed from a car that broke down in the village just behind me. So I have made it to the town of Ripon, and the sun has very kindly come out. And they've got this like hexagonal water tower. At least I think it's a water tower. I have no idea. But that is such a retro design. It looks like it may have been built in the 30s or 40s. It looks so cool. I love it. Far more interesting looking than the one I saw on the Icknield Way. Yeah. Motorway number 2, and I felt like I had to climb Everest to go over it. I thought the bridge went, well, I thought we went under, but alas, my legs have to work twice as hard to get over those horrid metal boxes. So I'm on the edge of York, and I mean, to be honest, this is quite smooth to ride on. I'm in this weird cladding that seems to be laid down for construction vehicles. And it's got these like weird rubber ramps which aren't so nice. And now over another blue bridge, but this one is far cuter. I think there's some sort of swing mechanism as well. But now I think we're just crossing a canal, like a little canal section. We're not actually going to the other side, as into the side that I started on. I'm still on the side that I crossed over to at Booth. But I'm in York. Well, that brings day one to a close. I made it to York. It's a bit of a dull view there. River. I just parked my bike up here by the river so that I can start right again tomorrow morning and make it to Ripon. But now I'm gonna find food and then go to a concert. Because it wouldn't be me if I'd overbooked myself. In fact, I booked the concert tickets before sorting the trip. I wanted to do this for a while. And this singer performing in New York on this date just provided the perfect opportunity.
Like eating last night's kebab, he knows it's something that he shouldn't do, but he can't help give his heart to you. Like eating last night's kebab, he knows it's something that he shouldn't do, but he can't help give his heart to you.